Today's video is going to be about mowing. The grass is growing really quick out here on the farm, and that's one thing we've definitely learned is that you got to stay on top of it. What I'd like to get into in this video are the things that I think about when I'm about to mow like some large acreage. Now, what I want to do is keep that mower fully engaged 5 foot at a time into grass at all times. I always want it cutting grass because I got a lot of grass to mow and I want to be as efficient as possible. Now, I've already sharpened the mower blades, I've already greased the brush hog, and I've already done a couple of passes all the way around this particular 1 acre food plot in the back of Piney Grove. What I try to do is optimize straight lines so that I'm mowing efficiently, fast, and in a straight line. I'm not making a bunch of turns, and I'm just eating away 5 feet at a time at that area that I want to mow. The tractor cannot make a 90-degree turn with that brush hog behind it. And because of that, you're going to have to go wide on all your turns. And then every pass after that, you're going to have to go wider. So I'm going to demonstrate that and show you what I mean by that. What I'm also going to show is how I try to avoid that. So the first thing I do is assess the area that I'm going to mow and see if there's any slope to it, because the residue that I leave behind, I want to be crossways to the slope of the land. And the reason for that is erosion. So I know that this land slopes from the tractor that way, so I'm going to mow this all the time this way. So as the water comes downhill, it hits those lines of grass, those windrows of grass, it slows down the water, it creates a whole bunch of dams, and it keeps more of the water on this land, which I need for things that I'm growing, and also it prevents erosion. And now the third thing that I do when I'm mowing, try to section it off. Imagine a square, and I'll come down this end row right here, and I'll figure, 20, 30 feet, because a brush hog is 5 foot wide. You can get about 4.5 feet out of a pass. And I'll try to guesstimate maybe 5 or 6 passes of grass that isn't mowed. And then I'll make a beeline line right across there and section it off. What I mean by sectioning it off is that my tractor brush hog is 5 foot wide. You can see I've already got it set on a path down there. I've already squared up this piece. So what I'll do is, if that's 5 foot, this is 10 foot, this is 15 foot, 20 foot. So I'll go down there and I'll make a pass. I'll make a turn at that end, and I'll come back about 30 foot over, and then I have created a section. So I'm going to demonstrate it. It should make more sense as you see the tractor going round and around. Okay, hopefully that helped explain what I was talking about. You can see I did a few passes right here over my shoulder, and then I came over here about 30, 35 feet and made some passes. And what I do to keep straight is I pick up a point of reference on the other side of the plot, like the middle of a pine tree, and I just keep the hood aligned with the middle of the pine tree. I like my lines to be as straight as possible. But you can see here, I came and sectioned this area away from the main plot over there, and I did 3 passes, and 15 feet is enough for me to make a complete turn from here. And again, I got plenty of room here on the end to turn, so I don't leave like a little triangular piece of grass. And then I come right back over here. Now a brush hog is going to discharge to the right, so what I should do is go down, do a U-turn, and come back so that I'm always discharging into the open area, but I didn't in this particular pass. But you can see right here, these lines are pretty straight. I've windrowed the grass so that water coming down the hill will hit these windrows of grass. And now I can go that way with the tractor, come this way with the tractor. I'll make the mowed area bigger. I'll make, obviously, the unmowed area smaller, and I'll keep it squared and keep my tractor pretty much always in the grass. Now, as I find that this gets too wide, I can always go around this section in a circle. And because I've done this end, I won't leave a whole bunch of triangles. So you've heard me talk about efficiency and triangles and things of that nature. It doesn't matter. If you've only got an acre to do and you've got plenty of time, then you don't really need to worry about being that efficient. You can go around and around in a circle. You can make mouse ears. You can do whatever you want. But I got a lot to mow today, and I just want to do everything as efficiently as possible to get it done and also use as little fuel as possible. So this is what I mean by little triangles or slivers, just little patches that aren't 5 foot wide that you're gonna have to take and make a pass with And that comes because I just didn't get that 5-foot increment right when I made my turn to initially segment this off. You're going to lose a little bit of efficiency if you leave a bunch of them, but that's what I mean by leaving a triangle or a sliver. Okay, so I segmented that piece off there in that little time-lapse footage so that I could show you if I just went around in a circle, and at some point the tractor can't make that 90-degree turn, so you end up getting this little cutback or these mouse ears that I was talking about. Now, it's a small segment that I did here. If this was a bigger square field that I tried to, mow in a circle or in a square around the perimeter and get smaller and smaller, tighter circles, you're going to get these mouse ears. So the tractor couldn't make this turn right here. It couldn't make this turn. So I made the turn as tight as I could. I'm in 4-wheel drive, so I wasn't slipping. And then I got back in the row as soon as I could. But you can see, just in this one pass, I'm 5 foot off. So imagine if I did a whole field like that. So that mouse ear would get bigger and bigger, and then it would become just this area you'd have to go back and forth on, either make some other circles or go backwards a lot on. And it's just not an efficient way to mow. You're also going to have, I guess they call it striping when you're mowing. Your striping is going to look really odd. But if you segment it like we showed earlier in this video, you'll have good striping as well. And that's maybe not as important as a food plot, but in your front pasture, as people are driving by or coming up your driveway, you may want that straight striping and not all these irregular shapes that you've created by going around in a circle. So Piney Grove is not a how-to channel, it's a how we do channel. I've been on a tractor since I was 8 years old or so, and I was taught to mow fields this way, and it's the way that I've mowed, into my later adult life. But there's a million ways to mow a field. This is just one example that I'm giving you of maybe you think about when you're about to mow a large area, and it might make you a little bit more efficient. It might make you think about the way you mow in a different manner. Or you may just like the way you mow, and that's cool too, because we're all different, and at the end of the day, we just want to enjoy our time on our tractor. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Tell us how you like to mow. Tell us that you prefer a John Deere tractor over a orange Kubota tractor. I don't care, it's a tractor. Get out there and have fun on it. But otherwise, that's all I've got for you today. Until the next one, take care out there, y'all. Oh yeah, one more thing. When I was out here, I saw some itty-bitty tracks. So this year, again, like we have had in every year out here at Piney Grove, we've got a little fawn on the property. Haven't seen it. I just put new batteries in the trail cam, but I saw the itty bitty tracks and then the doe's hoof with it. So we've got at least one new fawn out here on Piney Grove. You saw our fence video. If you didn't, go back and watch it. But we still have 2 sections of fence on the property that are pretty porous that the fawns can still get through. So it'd be cool to see them on camera. If we get some pictures of them, we'll throw them up here for you.